Good morning, guys. So, as we know, we had quite a crazy weekend, and yeah, the charts are a bit of a mess, but I will attempt to analyze what we have here. My best advice would just be to wait it out uh, on Monday today and see what forms over New York and just let a bit more price develop so we can take, much clear uh, positions and we can just see what's happening more clearly. But for the time being, let's just review what has happened this weekend. So, of course, we had a huge gap, opening gap, around over 100 pips. But yeah, as expected, I mean, I've been saying since last week that I was expecting sort of a reversal from the daily supply, and that's obviously I didn't think it would be so extreme, but that's what happened. We can see that on Friday with the close, we already had that break of structure. So the 4 hour trend had shifted bearish, and that has just continued with the opening gap. So usually retracement would start from here. Um, but I'm not gonna buy from here. What I want to see is what happens since we are in a bearish trend. I think I will prefer to wait since we have a supply right here which lines up with 50% of this really huge range that we have. um, what we can wait to see is maybe it reacts to demand here, comes into the supply, and then we can look for sells from the supply. So, possible scenario now is if we get demand here, you could potentially take longs into the supply, but the higher probability trade would be to take shorts from this supply. And of course, keep in mind that we have this unmitigated supply that remains up here as well. So we can break the supply and come all the way up and react to this one. This one is interesting as well because we sort of have liquidity over here, especially above this high. It's inducement for price to sweep that high and push up into that high supply. So yeah, that's what I see on Euro USD. I mean, not really interested in the 15-minute because that's just consolidating here at the bottom. You could see I took a trade on Friday evening around 6:45. It ended up break even. If you were watching the charts, basically around this candle, price was really just flying up and down, like literally like this. It was going crazy. I don't know what happened at this exact moment, but I think some more stuff about Trump and the tariffs and all of that. But it was just moving really impulsively up and down in one spot. So I closed it out at break even. And yeah, of course, it went down. But yeah, so we had two break even trades. This was a loss. So yeah, last week I'm basically on a streak of having three break even trades at the moment. But let's look ahead at what could be happening on GU. So GU is again unfortunate because this is bearish and I did want to get in shorts. However, as I keep mentioning, we missed that 4 hour supply, so I don't want to FOMO into anything. And of course, it's just a news reaction, but you could see as well before that we were just pretty much consolidating in this range. So clearly, that 4 hour supply, this reaction wasn't strong enough to move down yet because we still had this POI right above it. But yes, now that we've had this drop I still think we might have the potential to come up here, since this is the extreme supply that is still unmitigated. And if you look here, there's not really any supply left behind in this move, so it's unlikely that it will just come here or something and go down, like fill the gap. I think it will come up to fill the gap, but most likely come in all the way to that 4 hour supply before heading down. So that's what I'd like to see. I still like to wait for that 4 hour supply. The 15 is also bearish, but you can see that it is starting to reverse. Technically, you might want to take a trade on the 15 from demand, like so. You got nice inducement above the zone. However, it's not interesting to me, since I always look at the 15 in respect to where we are on the 4 hour. And the 4 hour is in the middle of nowhere. We're not at the top of the range, we're not at the bottom. Um, if we look here, even if we were to go up, we have demand over here. So there's still a possibility we could push down lower. So for that reason, I'm not looking to get in here or take any positions on the 15 minute. So that's the overview of what we have on EU and GU today. But like I said, I'll mainly be waiting for further developments. So yeah, let's see what happens.